Lesson 2, Hardware and Firmware Introduction. Welcome to Lesson 2. In this lesson, we're going to focus on the two main parts that make these hacking gadgets work, hardware and firmware. We'll break down what hardware is, what firmware is, how the two work together, and why the same type of board can become completely different tools depending on the firmware installed on it. We'll also cover what an ESP32 is, the different types of ESP32 boards, the difference between an ESP32 and a single board computer, and how features like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and LoRa fit into all of this. This lesson is mainly about hardware and firmware. As always, everything covered in this class is for educational purposes and authorized testing only. Let's get started. Section 1. What is hardware? Hardware is the physical part of the device. It is everything you can see, hold, connect, or touch. That includes the circuit board, processor, screen, buttons, battery, antennas, USB port, memory, and any additional radio modules installed inside the device. For example, if you are holding an ESP32-based hacking gadget, the board itself is hardware. The screen is hardware. The buttons are hardware. The Wi-Fi and Bluetooth radios are hardware. If the device has GPS, NFC, infrared, sub-gigahertz, or LoRa capabilities, those physical components are also hardware. The hardware determines what the device is physically capable of doing, but hardware by itself does not know what to do. It needs instructions. That is where firmware comes in. Section 2. What is firmware? Firmware is the code installed directly onto the device. It tells the hardware how to work. It controls the processor, screen, buttons, radios, menus, and other components. It tells the device what should happen when you press a button, select an option, start a scan, connect to another device, or activate a feature. A good way to understand this is to think about a car. The car itself is the hardware. It has an engine, steering wheel, brakes, tires, lights, and all the physical parts needed to move. But the car does not decide where it is going or what it should do. You are acting like the firmware. You start the car. You tell it how fast to go. You turn the steering wheel. You apply the brakes. You decide when to stop. You are connecting all those physical systems together and controlling how they operate. Firmware works in a similar way. It takes all the physical components inside the device and tells them when, where, and how to operate. Without firmware, the hardware may have a lot of capabilities, but it has no clear instructions. Section 3. How hardware and firmware work together. Hardware and firmware depend on each other. The hardware provides the physical capabilities. The firmware controls those capabilities. For example, a board may physically have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth radios built into it. That means the hardware is capable of using Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but the firmware still needs to tell those radios what to do. The firmware may tell the Wi-Fi radio to scan for nearby networks, create an access point, connect to a local network, or host a web interface. It may tell the Bluetooth radio to scan for nearby devices or connect to a companion application. The hardware makes the action possible. The firmware gives the action purpose. One cannot fully function without the other. Section 4. Same hardware, different firmware. One of the most important things to understand is that similar hardware can perform completely different jobs depending on the firmware installed on it. Bruce is a great example. Bruce is free firmware that can run on some compatible ESP32-based devices. Depending on the exact board and the additional hardware connected to it, Bruce can provide tools involving Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, infrared, USB functions, radio features, and other utilities. Then you have Hailhound. Hailhound is another great firmware option that you can get started with for free. You can install Hailhound on a compatible cheap yellow display, also known as a CYD. The CYD is a low-cost ESP32 board with a built-in touchscreen, making it an affordable way to start learning how firmware can transform basic hardware into a useful wireless and cybersecurity tool. Then you have platforms such as ZeroTrace. With ZeroTrace, you can purchase a firmware license and turn compatible hardware into a more professional tool that connects directly with the wider ZeroTrace ecosystem. The board provides the processor, memory, screen, and wireless radios. The firmware gives that hardware its interface, detection features, menus, scanning behavior, updates, and connection to the companion platform. These examples also show that firmware can be distributed in different ways. Some firmware, like Bruce and Hailhound, is available for free. Other firmware may require purchasing a license because it connects to a professionally maintained platform, application, dashboard, or larger ecosystem, but the basic principle remains the same. The firmware does not add physical components that are not already there. It only controls the hardware the device already has. If a board does not contain an infrared transmitter, installing firmware will not magically give it infrared. If it does not have a LoRa radio, the firmware cannot create LoRa capabilities out of nothing. The firmware can only use the hardware that is physically available and supported. This is why two gadgets can use similar ESP32 hardware but operate completely differently. The firmware is what gives each gadget its identity, interface, and purpose. I'll leave videos covering each of these firmware options in the description in case you're curious and want to learn more. Section 5. A brief note about software. Firmware and software are both made from code, but they normally serve different roles. Firmware is installed directly onto the device and controls its hardware. Software usually runs inside a larger operating system such as Windows, Android, iOS, or Linux. For example, the code running directly on an ESP32 device is firmware. A companion application running on your phone would be software. The software may display information from the device, change settings, or communicate with it, but the firmware is still what directly controls the board. For this lesson, the main thing to remember is simple. Firmware runs on and controls the gadget. Software normally runs on a phone, computer, or operating system and may communicate with the gadget. We will focus mainly on firmware throughout this class. Section 6. What is an ESP32? An ESP32 is a family of microcontrollers. A microcontroller is a small processor designed to control a device or complete a focused set of tasks. ESP32 boards are popular because they are small, affordable, programmable, power efficient, and often include wireless capabilities. Many ESP32 chips support Wi-Fi and Bluetooth directly. That makes them useful for smart devices, sensors, robotics, automation, wireless projects, cybersecurity education, and hacking gadgets. Developers can also connect additional hardware to them. That may include screens, buttons, batteries, GPS receivers, storage, antennas, infrared transmitters, NFC readers, and other radio modules. Firmware is then installed onto the board to control those components. This combination of low cost, small size, wireless capabilities, and customization is why ESP32 boards are used in so many modern gadgets. Section 7. Different types of ESP32 boards. ESP32 does not refer to one single board. It is an entire family of chips and development boards. Some devices use the original ESP32. Others may use an ESP32 S3, C3, C5, C6, or another model. Each version may have different capabilities. The differences can include processing power, memory, USB support, power consumption, pin layout, Bluetooth support, Wi-Fi generation, and supported Wi-Fi frequencies. For example, some ESP32 boards support both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Some may only support Bluetooth Low Energy instead of traditional Bluetooth Classic. Some newer ESP32 chips support more modern Wi-Fi standards. Others may support additional wireless protocols. You may also see module names such as WROOM or WROVER. These usually refer to different ESP32 module configurations, including differences in memory and other hardware features. You do not need to memorize every model. The important thing to understand is that not every ESP32 board is the same. Before installing firmware, you need to know the exact board you are using. Firmware built for one board may not work on another because the screen, buttons, memory, pins, or additional components may be connected differently. Just because two devices contain an ESP32 does not automatically mean they support the same firmware. Section 8. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Many ESP32 boards include both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities. Wi-Fi allows the device to communicate with wireless networks and other Wi-Fi devices. Depending on the firmware, it may be used to scan nearby networks, create an access point, host a local web page, communicate with another device, or perform authorized wireless testing. Bluetooth allows the board to communicate with nearby Bluetooth devices. This could include phones, sensors, accessories, beacons, and companion applications. Some ESP32 chips support Bluetooth Classic. Others support Bluetooth Low Energy, also known as BLE. Bluetooth Low Energy is designed to use less power and is commonly found in sensors, smart devices, fitness trackers, beacons, and mobile accessories. The important thing to remember is that Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are hardware capabilities. The The firmware controls how those capabilities are used. Section 9. ESP32 boards with LoRa. Some boards combine an ESP32 with a separate LoRa radio. A normal ESP32 does not automatically include LoRa. The LoRa capability usually comes from an additional radio chip installed on the board. The ESP32 acts as the main controller, while the LoRa radio handles the long-range communication. LoRa stands for long range. It is designed to send small amounts of data over longer distances while using very little power. It is not meant to replace Wi-Fi or provide high-speed internet. LoRa is commonly used for remote sensors, telemetry, GPS information, environmental monitoring, agriculture, off-grid messaging, and mesh communication projects. Meshtastic is a good example. Many Meshtastic devices use a microcontroller combined with a LoRa radio to send text messages and location information between devices without relying on cellular service or traditional internet access. The range depends on the antenna, terrain, elevation, frequency, radio settings, interference, and local regulations. Again, the hardware provides the LoRa radio. The firmware tells that radio what information to send, when to send it, and how to communicate with other devices. Section 10. ESP32 versus a single board computer. An ESP32 development board is not the same thing as a single board computer. An ESP32 is a microcontroller platform. It is usually designed to run focused firmware and perform a specific set of tasks. It starts quickly, uses little power, and normally does not need a full desktop operating system. A single board computer, also known as an SBC, is closer to a complete computer built onto one circuit board. A Raspberry Pi is a common example. A single board computer can normally run a full operating system such as Linux. It may support a desktop interface, multiple applications, user accounts, larger storage devices, networking services, and other features you would expect from a computer. You could install Raspberry Pi OS or another compatible operating system onto a Raspberry Pi. An ESP32 normally does not work that way. It runs firmware designed specifically for that board and performs a more focused job. A simple way to remember the difference is this. An ESP32 is a controller designed to perform specific tasks. A single board computer is a small computer capable of running an operating system and multiple programs. Neither one is automatically better. They are designed for different purposes. An ESP32 may be a better choice for a small, inexpensive, battery-powered device that performs a focused task. A single board computer may be better when you need more processing power, more memory, a full operating system, or the ability to run several programs at once. Let's bring everything together. Hardware is the physical device. It includes the board, processor, screen, buttons, antennas, radios, battery, memory, and other components. Firmware is the code installed directly onto that hardware. It tells the device what to do and controls how all of those physical components work together. The ESP32 is popular because it gives developers an affordable and flexible platform with wireless capabilities that can be built into many different gadgets. Different ESP32 boards have different features, so firmware compatibility depends on the exact hardware being used. Some boards support Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Others may include additional hardware such as LoRa radios, GPS, NFC, infrared, or sub-gigahertz modules. The hardware provides the capabilities. The firmware controls those capabilities and turns the board into a useful tool. That's it for this educational video. If you want to support me and help me continue making these classes and free educational resources, please consider becoming a channel member. Donations are also extremely helpful and always appreciated. Make sure you check out some of the videos I mentioned in the description if you want to learn more about the firmware and devices we covered in this lesson. And remember that safety is an illusion.
Safety is an illusion.